Welcome or welcome back. My name's Joanne, and please ignore the state of my hair and the fact that I have my makeup done. I'm doing a little trial run for a wedding I'm going to tomorrow just to see how I want to do it. And I'm glad I did it because what I was planning to do I did not like. And I'm sorry if you can hear the lawnmower in the background. My dad is mowing the lawn because I do live at home, and I mean, that's what you do, you mow the lawn. But anyways, this is the start of my Declutter series. It's gonna be a mini type of series. So this video is going to be my cheek products. So it's gonna include my blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and any face palettes that I have. And then I will do lip products, maybe a miscellaneous category, I'm not sure. And then eyeshadow palettes. So the reason I want to do this is because my collection has grown so much the past year that I just want to declutter as much as I can, which it'll probably not be a lot, just throwing it out there, but yeah, I'm hoping to at least make some room, declutter things that I know I'm not going to use, that aren't my favorites, and all that jazz. So, and I'll probably have my mom sell them on Facebook Marketplace or something, so they don't go to waste, unless if they're older or if they're not really sellable, like lip products. But without further ado, let's get on into the declutter. I hope you enjoy. So this might not be the most ideal angle, and I'm sorry that you can see my tripod, but this is the best that it's gonna be right now. Hopefully you can hear me all right. So, and this is very zoomed in. So I think I'm gonna start with my cream products. Okay, so I don't have a lot of cream products. This is what I have. I have one bronzer stick from Rare Beauty in the shade Happy Soul. And I guess I'll swatch this for you. But this is what that looks like. Oh, this is what that looks like. I actually really like this. I think it blends out very nicely. It's very creamy, and yeah. I mean, it's my only bronzer stick, so I'm keeping this one. I think I'll have a pile for my keeps, my declutters, and things that I want to try a little more, just because I feel like I haven't gotten much use out of them. So I guess I'll go into my melt ones next. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to get rid of any cream products. So this is their cream blush light in Cali Dream. I have two of their cream blush lights, and this is what that one looks like. It's a nice peachy shade, and clearly I have used this one. I do really like this formula. Again, it's very creamy. So this is almost like a thinner formula. It blends out really nicely and has decent amount of pigment, but it's also buildable, which I enjoy. And this is the shade Pink Sand, which looks like this. This one feels a little more creamy than the other one. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same. So there are those two. So I'm keeping both of these. And then next are my Rare Beauty blushes. If I were to declutter one, I would declutter this one. Oops. I would declutter this one in the shade Love, just because it's one of their matte ones, and it's just not a favorite formula of mine. But I feel like with this like wand type applicator, it's gonna be hard to declutter. I mean, this is a pretty shade. But again, I'm gonna keep this one because I don't feel comfortable selling it, and I mean, it's pretty new. This one is in the shade Worth, which I'm pretty sure is one of her newest shades. I do have the other one that came out with this one as well, but this one's more of like a warm pink type of shade. I don't know. And then this is the one that came out with that. So this is in the shade Virtue. This one's a little more peachy. These are very pigmented, in case you can't tell. That one's a little more peach than the one before. The one before is a little more mauve. So, and then last but not least is the shade Joy, which is this coral one. It's so pretty. This was the first one that I got. That's that one right there. Again, I'm keeping all of my cream products. So these are all of my powder bronzers. You can see me right here. So I don't have too many, but, and I know there's one that I'm going to declutter. Okay, so I guess I'll start with that one. So there's this one from Melt, which is the Ultra Matte Bronzer in the shade Long Beach. So I've opened this, but I haven't swatched it. So, and it's just too dark for me. So I'm decluttering this one. And then the one that I'm currently using is this NARS in the shade Laguna 3. This is what it looks like. It's like a powdery mess right now. Because again, this is the one that I've been using. But I love this one. I love the formula. It's very buildable and it blends really nicely. So I'm gonna keep this one. And then this little mini NARS one is in the shade Laguna 2, which is their original Laguna shade. And at least right now it's a little light. So I don't know if I just want to declutter this one or if I want to try it in the winter. I don't know. I mean, this is pretty new. I might just declutter this one too. Okay, and then there's this Melt one, which is very reflective. I'm sorry, you can literally see my phone. In the shade Malibu. And this is what it looks like. This is not my favorite formula. It's pretty pigmented and takes a little bit to blend for me. But the shade's decent on me. I'm going to keep it for now and see how I like it. Like, just keep testing it out and seeing if I really enjoy this one. And last but not least, again, is my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear in the shade 350 Medium. This one is really nice. It's very much a buildable formula, and maybe the color's a little too light for me right now, but it works in the winter, so I really enjoy this one. So I'm going to keep this one as well. These are all of my single powder highlighters. I do have some palettes. So, again, I don't know how much I'm going to get rid of in this category because I do love highlighters. Oh, this is kind of sideways. Okay. So, these two I'm definitely decluttering. They're both in the shade Gold Ore from Melt Cosmetics. This is their digital dust highlighter. Again, it's really reflective. But I already own one of them, and these came in mystery boxes. So I will be decluttering these. So speaking of Melt Cosmetics, I might as well just talk about this one. So this is, again, in the shade Gold Ore. This is what it looks like. This is honestly a little dark for me in the winter, but it works right now, even though I'm not using it. But, you know, I really like this. It's really pretty. It's pretty shiny, like blinding. And it has a little bit of sparkles in it, but it's not like a super sparkle heavy highlighter. So I'm keeping this one. Another one I'm keeping that's kind of similar is this Ophir one. This is in the shade Rodeo Drive. And this is what it looks like. Again, I'll give you a little swatch of this one as well. They literally look so similar, but I think the Melt Cosmetics one is a little more opaque. But I really enjoy both of them, so I'm keeping this one as well. And then I have these two Rare Beauty ones that just came out this year. Also, ignore this stain on my carpet. This one is in the shade Mesmerize, which this is my only like pink toned highlighter. So I will not be decluttering either of these either. I love these so very much. Like, look how, just looks so shiny. Like, not like Tin Man shiny, but like, you know what I mean? Just a nice glow. And then this is in the shade Exhilarate, which is the gold D champagne one. Do you see a trend with what I like? Yeah. This is kind of similar to the Ophir one, but I'm keeping both of them because I want to. This is hard. Next is this Fenty Beauty one. This is in the shade Sandcastle and Minted Mojito. I don't use this. So this one is very dark. Let me see if I can swatch this. That one's definitely dark, like you can see that cast. And then this shade is really pretty, but like I have colorful highlighters, so I really don't use this one, even though it's literally so pretty. I don't know. Why is this so hard? But like I never even think to use this. I don't think to reach for this, so I think I'm going to declutter this one. I honestly didn't think I was going to do that. Okay. Next are these Unearthly ones, which are so pretty. This is in the shade Mirage. These are their new low light highlighters, singles. These are all magnetic, so you can put them all into a palette if you want. But this is one of their multi-chrome ones. And these are going to be some awkward swatches. But like, I'm not sure. Like, it looks very yellow in this lighting. But it has like, I don't remember what the shifts are, but I'm keeping this one. And then next is the shade Twilight, which is kind of like Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb. And the only reason I don't like this one is because, I don't know if you can see, but it really has hard pan on it. And I don't love that. So I don't know. I don't really use this type of thing anyways either. So I don't know what I want to do with this. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to declutter this one. I mean, it's new, but I just don't see myself using this. This one is in the shade Spellbinding, which is another multi-chrome one. This one also has hard pan on it, but I can actually still pick it up. So this one is so pretty. I don't know. Like, this is like a pinky yellow green one. See, this is kind of like a green yellow one. I'm gonna keep this for now. I'll probably come back at the end when I have gone through all of my face palettes too, because I have a lot of colorful highlighters in those. And then lastly for these, I have this shade Spectre, which is this purple shade, which I know I have a lot of purple highlighters, but this is like a different type of purple. It's like very bright, kind of. It's like a purple blue type of shade. I think that's unique, but I don't think I would use this shade all that much. So I don't know, I might declutter this one too. That is really pretty though. Like, it almost looks like it gives like a glow. Actually, I'm gonna keep it for now. Again, I might come back and decide later on to declutter it, but for now it's staying. So I kept these Unearthly Cosmetics ones just to swatch these other colorful ones. So this one is not colorful. This is the shade Ray Rider. These are all from Kaleidos, and these are their Space Age highlighters. This is what this one looks like. It's like a champagne type shade. That is very pretty. Honestly, I don't have a shade as light as that one, I don't think. Maybe Mesmerized, but that one's a little more pink toned. So I will definitely be keeping this one. Next is the shade Space Age Gifted. So this is one of the multi-chrome ones. Yeah, this is like a pink yellow type shift. Ugh. I don't know, I don't need all of these multi-chrome highlighters, you know? So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these into like the to try category. I'm just gonna put them over here, a little off screen, just so I can compare and contrast them and see which formulas I like the best. And there is a piece of hair. I have hair literally everywhere. Okay, next is the shade Space Age Prophecy, which again is one of their multi-chromes. And this is like a greeny one. Yeah. Like that one's very similar to that Unearthly one. I think that was Mirage. I don't know, again, I'm just gonna put them in the to try pile so I can see which formulas I like. This shade, Moon Cruiser. Okay. It's very powdery. I don't know. This is like a purple to blue shift. Oh yeah. Like it looks blue on the camera, but it looks purple from my angle. The thing is, I have so many purple to blue shift highlighters in like my highlighter palettes and stuff too. So I don't know. I think I'm going to declutter this one actually. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Wow. I really like the Kaleidos formula, but like I have so many highlighter palettes too, so which I'll probably get into next. Okay, so these are all my highlighter palettes and they're all colorful highlighter palettes. So I don't know if I will get rid of any of these. So this is my Blend Bunny Noctilucent palette. Again, Blend Bunny is literally my favorite brand. So these all look white except for the shade Dreamlike, but they all have a different shift to them. So like this one is pink. No, this one's purple. This one's pink. This one's yellow. This one's green. And this one's like a blue. I'm keeping this. I love this. It's so nice. This formula is a little more flaky and has a lot of almost glitter particles, but I don't think they're glitter, but yeah. So if you don't like super sparkly highlighters, this is not a formula for you. But I really like this and I'm keeping this one. Next is this Electrum Cosmetics Daydreamer palette. Look how pretty this packaging is. I mean, hello. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. On here it says, "Don't quit your daydream." So cute. And these are the highlighters. These are all multi-chrome highlighters. And they're so pretty. This is, again, another super sparkly formula. So if you're not into that, this isn't a formula for you either. But I'm keeping this one. This is a for sure keep. Yeah, love it. Another one, okay, so this is the Cosmic Brushes Frosting Highlighter Trio, which I don't know if it's back in stock. I forgot to check before filming this, but look how pretty this text is. Ooh. But this is what it looks like on the inside. These have duochrome highlighters, and This is my newest highlighter palette. And do I need this? No. But I think this would be so good for travel. Like, if I don't want to take one of my other ones, this would be such a nice one to take. This is like a purple, a pinky, and a yellow. So, I don't know. Just with everything, I feel like I don't... I'm keeping this one. I'm sorry, but I am keeping it. Okay, so next is this Bella Beauty Bar Oracle Chrome palette. And this is another palette of multi-chrome highlighters. And this is literally so pretty. I love this so much. This is, again, another flaky formula. But it's so pretty. And I'll be keeping this. This is making me think that I don't need any of those singles. Okay, so maybe I'll just get rid of all of them. I don't know. This is the last palette, and this is the Unearthly Cosmetics Low Light palette. I don't know if they still have this or not, but this is what the inside looks like. And honestly, looking at it, I was like, oh, that's nothing special. But actually on the face, I do really like this. So I'll be keeping this one as well, which makes me think, let's bring these ones back. So these are my single colorful highlighters. I think based on that, I don't need any of these, even though they're so pretty. Like, I don't think I need any of these. So I think all of these are gonna get decluttered. I never thought that was gonna happen, but here we are. Okay, and then on to my, possibly my largest cheek product category. Oh my god, that was so hard to say. But onto my largest, probably my largest cheek product category, blushes, powder blushes. These are all of my powder blushes. Honestly, it's not as much as I thought it was, but I do have palettes coming up, so, you know. So first, we'll get this reflective one out of the way. This is the House Labs blush in the shade Hibiscus Haze. Not sure if you can see that, but this is what it looks like. This is such a pretty shade, honestly. Yeah, I am keeping this. This was expensive, so yeah, I'm keeping that. And it's a nice formula. It's very blendable, and I really enjoy the pigment on it. This blush is from Odin's Eye, and it's in the shade Orange Sunny. I am obsessed with this blush right now. It's literally this like warm terracotta orange shade. And I love how the imprint stays so well. So there's that one. So pretty, especially for summer. Another one that I know I'm going to keep is this Suku one. This is shade number 7. And this was actually a gift from my cousin a few years ago. So I just can't part with this. And it's a really pretty shade. It's like a corally, pinky type of shade. And it's glowy, which is nice. Next is this Melt Powder Blush Light in the shade Nevermore. I never use this. Like, it's pretty, but I have glowy blushes, and I don't know. I think I'm going to declutter this one. And then I have this. This is actually a Digital Dust Highlight in the shade Phoenix, but thanks to Courtney Quarantine, I use this as a blush topper, and it's so pretty. Like, yeah. I want to keep this, but I think there's a shade in one of my palettes that is similar to this. So I'll keep this for now, but once I get to the palette, I'm gonna compare the two. This ColourPop blush, oh, it's so cute. It's the Powerpuff Girls, literally my childhood. This is the shade Saving the World, and it's this nice coral blush. But I don't think to reach for it. Like, I just don't reach for this. So as cute as this is, I think I'm going to declutter this one. These are all of my Kaleidos blushes. So I don't remember the names of these because they're not on the packaging. I'll try to remember, but we'll see. I might put them on the screen if I end up looking them up. This is the nude one. I think this is the shade Joyride. And this is just very light on me. Like, okay. Like, it's just like very light, and I don't know, I don't like this one on me, so I'm decluttering this one. This, I think, is the shade Ecstasy, which is just like this corally pink type of shade. It's right here. I really like this on the cheeks. It's really pretty. So I think I'm going to keep this one. Ooh, this is the berry one, and I love a berry blush in like the fall and winter time. This one is very pigmented. That is so pretty. Definitely keeping this one. And these two. This is, what shade is this? Is this Dreamwalk? As you can tell, I have used this, but it's one of those, it's like the blush that was trending. It was like the blue toned pink type blush, and it's just so light on me. It barely shows up. I'm decluttering this one. I just don't like the shade on me. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I do really like this formula. It blends. So this is the Kaleidos blush formula is more of a buildable formula. So there's not a lot of pigment right off the bat, but they build really nicely and they blend super easily. And this is the shade Sunburnt, which I think this is Sunburnt, which is this coral shade. And I absolutely love it. I think to reach for this one more than my ColourPop one, so I'm keeping this one. Now I'm going to get into my remaining face palettes. So these Blend Bunny ones, these are going nowhere. So this is the Bare Cheeks palette. Look how pretty that is. This is like their more neutral blush palette. I don't use this one a lot just because I find that the tones aren't my type that I normally reach for, but I really want to get into this a little more. So this is a keep. And then they also have the Juicy Cheeks palette, which I absolutely love. I'm obsessed with the shades Sticky Sweet and Raw. Ugh, love them so much. Definite keep. One that I will definitely be decluttering, and honestly, I don't know why I bought this, but this is the Tarte Holiday Blush Palette. This is the Precious Gems Amazonian Clay Cheek Palette. And this is what it looks like. This is just a lot of very muted shades, and I'm not super into very muted blush, and this is supposed to be a bronzer, but it's way too light for me. So I'm gonna pass this one on. And then these Adept ones, which I believe these are currently on sale. I don't know when this video goes up if they're still on sale, but yeah. And also I rearranged mine so they don't actually look like how they're supposed to look. So this one is Valentina, which has a bronzer shade in it. I think these are the shades that I don't love. So I might declutter this one. I don't know. I'm going to go through all of them first. I think this is the one that I really enjoy. This is the one I made that I love. I accidentally gouged the shade. Oh, I think this is the shade that's similar to Phoenix. Let me just swatch the two right next to each other. Oh yeah. Those two are so similar. This one might look a little deeper, but they're very similar. I think I'm going to declutter this Melt Cosmetics one. So this one I kind of custom built. So it has a highlighter, which this one did originally have a highlighter. I think this is the same one. I honestly don't remember how these palettes were, but this one I'm definitely keeping. I love the shades. Let me just swatch this blush. These are all glowy blushes, and then obviously a highlighter like I mentioned. But yeah, so pretty. Keeping this one. And this is Gianna, which I don't think this one's any different. I don't know what to do with this one because this bronzer is a little light for me, and really I only reach it for this highlighter, but it's so similar to the one that's in the Stella palette that I don't need both. So I think I'm gonna declutter this one as well. Sorry for my foot. And then this last one is Ayana, which is what that original dark bronzer was in. But I turned this into like a deep shimmery palette. I don't really like this one though. I don't know, like, do I really want to declutter all three of these? Oh, okay. I don't know if I want to declutter these two blushes. Let me just swatch them to see. Sorry, you couldn't even see that. See, I don't know if I would use those shades though. Like, this is definitely more my kind of thing. I think I'm gonna declutter all three of these. Did I think that was gonna happen? No. That's everything. How many did I keep? So out of the palettes, I kept 1. Out of the palettes, I kept 8 and decluttered 4. That's not too bad, I must say. Out of my bronzers, I mean, I had a small bronzer collection to start with, but I kept 3 and decluttered 2. So that's not bad either. And this, I can see it being a declutter in the future, but I just want to try it out a little more. My cream products, I didn't declutter any of them. My powder blushes, I kept 6 and decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I decluttered 5. And then my powder highlighters, I kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did not see this coming. I got rid of more highlighters than I kept. Well, I also have the palettes that I'm keeping, which is why I'm getting rid of some of these ones. So overall, I think I did pretty well with that declutter. I'm like so hot. But I think I did really well with that declutter. I got rid of more than I thought I was going to. And none of it, like looking at it right in front of me, like none of it makes me super sad. So yeah, I mean, looking through all of the things that I've kept, it all makes me pretty happy. So that's the first episode of, that's my first declutter for the series. I hope you enjoyed. If you're interested in keeping up with my declutter series, I recommend subscribing so you can see when I post it. I'll probably do these weekly until I get through my entire makeup collection. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and let me know if you've been doing declutters. I feel like a lot of people have been in the declutter mood, like myself. So I just feel like I have so much makeup and I'm just so overwhelmed with all of it. But anyways, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great day, a great night, whatever time it is for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.